in the bag.
For first blood top.
Traces, everyone.
Here. I was really fucking hoping that Drow was gonna be mid. Or
oh shit, who's mid? Dragon Knight?
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do damage to him until late. Lose though.
By the wilds.
Yeah, with Doom tanking them. They got a lot of meat in front of Drow. Doom, Earth Spirit, Dragon Knight.
Through shady lanes.
Yeah, if we get to late game, we gotta get there.
So I go.
Cold wind. First blood.
Yes.
It was ours all along.
By hidden paths.
So give me vision, MP.
On my way.
Back towards mid.
Hey guys, welcome back. Junkertown on your screens very soon. Choose Money Crew right now, sitting on match points against Morning Stars. Morning Stars managed to secure at least one map. Choose Money Crew managed to, at the very start of the series, secure their place in playoffs. So it's pretty exciting for them. Clearly riding the high right now as they did take Horizon.
Well, I think high ground, and that water tower you currently see on the left-hand side of Junkertown's image, that is where the high ground is paramount for any Widowmaker draws. When we think Widowmaker, we think one name, and he was in the previous map. We think Cusper, or KSP, as he is known amongst the kids, the notorious KSP. In some cases, when he is playing on one of those hard-to-reach perches, he will just take head after head after head, and hopefully
By my shaggy bar.
he can do that for Morning Stars and take us to those wonderful 5th maps.
Morning Stars taking King's Row. Rather dominant fashion as well, by the way. Does seem like as soon as one team gets in control, they know what's good, they can roll from there. KSP, it's going to be in the lineup still. So we can imagine a bit more DPS-centric compositions. Perfect for this map as well. It can be very hard when you capture the first point when you're on attack. Very hard for the defense to quickly set up and regain control because the spawn point is just so close to that initial capture location in front of the doors that the attacking team can be like, okay, so a couple of people died, no worries. We cap, they instantly spawn next to us, and then we can roll
MP,
on
I think I
again.
love you.
High ground in that way.
Yeah, momentum very much in the favor of that particular location. Right now, Choose Money Crew will be starting off on the defense, and we are seeing double snipers profit at the moment from Mouse and Obling. And, well, Mouse has never been a standout Widowmaker to me, but he is a good hit scan talent, and I'm pretty sure that given more time on the stage, he will be able to make those highlight clips, which we so adore when it comes to his hero.
Speaking of standout talents, one person that was mentioned in a Happy Cool interview a couple of days ago was Molten. Said he was probably one of the best divas in the EU, top 3 for sure.
Yeah, amongst maybe Happy Cool in his own opinion.
Yeah, exactly,
and,
right.
And Tech 36.
Happy number 1, of course.
Happy number 0.
Number 0? Is that good or bad?
Just the best, no one can compete, apparently.
Just the best.
Like, I'm sure that's what Happy would say in an interview.
But we've got so many good divas, and 2 of them are in this game. Dragon Eddie. He's like Tech 36 in a way that there's no grab almost that's going to get past him. Just so good at eating them up. And Molfig as well, countered by Happy Cool himself, like we said, is being one of the top 3.
He's going to be in them in a whole different way right now. He's going to be playing on that Roadhog, so he's going to be able to pig out or maybe body block a couple. Going to be a quick exchange of hands of arrows. KSP, cheeky, looking down. Some great tech there to make sure that Mouse could not hit the headshot that he wanted on a more predictable Widowmaker model.
Yeah, super hard to hit a headshot from the back, of course. And when you're moving in the air like that, it's super difficult to then track it down. Normally it's very predictable movement when you do sail to the ground. Now Zasa is going to get with his Orisa, but Dragon Eddie's just doing so much work already. 80% towards that Roadhog, whole hog ult. And being able to get these hooks as well is just gold.
And he also managed to get Molfig there as Molfig was using boosters, cancelling that cooldown.
Dragon Eddie?
That's a cyber bully right there.
Yeah, well, okay, use this whole hog just to instantly kill Molfig. Doesn't want him in the game anymore. They're still going to be able to push forward onto this cart. Problem is, though, he hasn't got really a shield to hide behind right now, so he's just free ult charge.
And with Leaf gone, a huge amount of shield pressure is lost on JK Lol. Speaking of JK Lol, some great presence of mind from him as well. When face of Dragon Eddie, the second that shield went down, he actually popped his fortifier because he knew that Dragon Eddie was looking for one of those hooks.
Yikes.
Luckily there, Obling saved by the bell or by a ledge. I'm not really sure what, but Dragon might feel a little bit cheated by Hook 2.0.
Nice pick off onto Leaf. KSP's also going to down. Both
my
snipers
way.
can't be rezzed at once. Unfortunately, Streetro is going to decide to res neither and actually go back. Only finds yet another kill. Wow. Double sniper domination.
The courier
from
now,
Shoes Money
please.
Crew right now.
See, I've always thought of Obling as more of like a tracer slash hit scan talent. The same with Mowers, but right now Obling's super fire on this Hanzo is really getting the better of Leaf, who I would call classically a more prolific
By my shaggy
VS when it
bar.
comes to these projectile rolls. Going to try and get that early halt and the shots to combine with it. KSP thus far has been incredibly quiet.
With a
Maybe
wild
Mouse is getting in his head with the feet on. Otherwise, he could have done some damage to the mentality of Morning Stars. They go for the Dragon Strike.
Dragon Strike has been
Make a
used on the Sonic Arrow as well, so knew exactly where
wild
Morning Stars were
spirit.
setting up. Dragon only goes a little bit low, but he's safe for the time being. Mouse cowering behind the water
Clean.
tower, but KSP knew exactly where he was. Activating the sights as well. Now to the rest of his team have all the information they need.
May have been hiding behind the water tower, but KSP is ready to get the juice. Mouse second
that's
again.
a headshot.
That's
Let's
a two
go.
tap.
Leaf's going to get a kill with the Dragon Strike as well.
Someone
Self-destruct
dropped
launched
out
in
like
the
a
air,
kid
but
in
man
school.
advantage for Morning Stars right now. They've got no main tank on the side of Shoes Money Crew to really worry about. JKL switching over to Reinhardt, potentially going for just a normal 3-3 as the car sails on home for that first point and unlocks the gates to Jungle.
Nice headshot there. We'll make sure Slur cannot rejoin
By
for a
my
while.
shaggy
He's trying to get
bar.
those storm arrows under the bottom of that little car right there, meaning that he can get a little bit of extra damage. Just like Morning Stars are going to sort of their entire completely go over to the 3-3. But
New
it was
life
nice for
will
the
make
last
its
of
home
George in
amongst
terms
your
of the flicks.
bones.
I don't know. Ricardo flick, that's
seeds
old
of
news now.
fortune.
You've got to think about the KSP flick.
KSP flick. Does
Nature
see we're jumping into a
calls.
quick pause. We should be able to get back into game rather shortly. You can see our little faces though before we do that.
By hidden
No, they
paths.
did cap first point, and like I said, the momentum at the start of a Junkertown map can just be so in the favor of the attackers as soon as they get that first capture point. The spawn is
Warriors
so
of
close
the
to them, they
wood.
can reconvene and
Courier,
reinforce
please.
themselves rather easily. And you saw the rest of Shoes Money Crew, they had to back way off. And they actually switched up to the 3-3 as well, just trying to take them on the payload, I can imagine.
Yeah, I like Mouse's attempt to
Through
also have
shady
the
lanes.
camouflage of that water tower, just sort of like hiding amongst the beams. But evidently KSB, he's played that location more times than we can count, so we know exactly where Mouse will be hanging out. You can get a good
Burn
tracking
and
of
fury.
the enemy Widowmaker from the information your team will offer, especially your research.
Does it look like we're going to jump to a quick 2-minute break, guys? Don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
The
other fella's top tower had a little accident.
In sylvan shade. Is
Doom's a hard hero.
uproot you.
We can mid profit.
Naturally. On my way.
Hey, can you ult, Marauder?
Nip in the bud. A wild will. So I go. Naturally. Uproot and after them.
How the fuck did he survive?
Yeah.
I know, but still, that's. He took a lot of fucking damage.
Invisibility.
I mean, both he is half dragon.
Hey guys, welcome back. Very brief pause, Harry, but we are back.
Nature
in here.
calls.
Well timed
You can
2
fight
minutes
him.
there
You
as
can
well
fight-
to coincide with just this. Great job there on production. Dragon Eddie's going to be moving a cart on forward to Shoes Money Crew. Feel the onus is on them to go on, get that engagement. Morphic and Dragon Eddie will duel as the high ground is contested for.
Defensive Matrix does reach a long way though. That's a lot of damage onto JK Lowell. Transcendence as well invested by Morning Stars. The rest of Shoes Money Crew going to get rounded about him. There's no way Bowser's going to survive that. Unfortunately, getting some bit of extra ult charge. Not too bad, not too bad. The full sale swap up for both teams, jumping onto the 3-3. Mouse already got himself a shadow, or 10% away. He's close enough.
Yeah, just as impressive. However, Dragon Eddie, we talked about how good of a diva he is, Jules already has for self-destruct, and he did swap over from that Roadhog, so he hasn't
We can
had
probably
quite
kill
as
him.
much time to build that up. Both of our teams did go for wholesale swap up to 2v3-3s. Looks like Shoes Money Crew, they could be caught unawares here by Malzassa, but it was just a little bit of a fire break. A scout, not a sneak.
Little baiting out a little bit. Pushing everybody into the corner, wants to line everybody up. Malzassa does get stunned. Self-destruct launched in by Dragon Eddie. Doesn't find anything just yet. As a shatter gets laid down from Malzassa, which equally doesn't find anything. I say that as Multi Mech actually gets destroyed by the self-destruct. Leaf going a little bit too aggro as JK Lowell makes sure he knows his place and sends it back to spawn. Malzassa is also going to follow him for Dragon Eddie. Continuing his rampage as a Graviton Surge is still invested by the side of Morning Stars. Chaos Beast's going to throw it in.
Yeah, sure.
Molfig finds the kill on the remake onto Dreedro. And Shoes Money Crew going to be able to halt the payload's progress just before second point.
You gotta remember that remake does 50 damage, Jaws. Easy to squish the rope of it. Progress moving upwards and often
Hey, come kill this dude, bro.
they're just looking sideways, screaming that they're under attack.
Looking sideways. I mean, that's true.
They're all about that lateral scouting. Slur trying to get some early charge shots here. Wants to make sure that he's well prepared with a Transcendence for any future fights, because right now Xraf has that advantage on him. There's going to be greater sustainability here potentially for Morning Stars, and they're going to need it to be faced with the shatter of JK Lowell, who hit a big fire strike.
That's a big fire strike. Already had the shadow though, so he's good.
I was so close to
Swap for
level
the books.
6 too.
He's going to back off to the car.
plus I need to-
It has been moving back, by the way. Payload just inching back ever so slightly. JK Lowell repairing his shield, now trying to face Malzassa mano a mano. Has earned himself his own shadow. Grabs on Surge thrown in. A Transcendence from Slur to try and block a little bit of damage. Plus the healing as well, really. I mean, Molfig does find the kill with the self-destruct. Another kind of nice and quick and clean fight from Shoes Money Crew. 45 seconds now remains for Morningstar. Trying to get this payload up to second point. They've really been halted in their advances. Dragon Eddie getting staggered as well.
Alright, let's try for
Eventually
Dragon
goes
Knight.
down.
I got my ult.
No, he's fine.
I'm gonna try and kill this drow.
Right there, okay, they managed to go extra as
Is it-
well.
does it-
Alright.
Wow.
Guys,
Alright,
second
grab
point
it,
now.
grab
Yeah,
and go
Gustav and
home.
Molfig both chased.
I'm gonna go top
All
out
back
bottom.
to kill
See if we
Exarat.
can kill
That's a
Doom.
bit of extra time burn off, and Harry, 20 seconds, mate. That's all they've got.
Yeah, time being burnt off cannot be afforded. They're running on empty right now when it comes to time jaws, and they're running almost on empty when it comes to ultimates. Almost have those 3 tanked ones, but only one is ready to go the second that Malzassa wants it to. And Xraf, they invested both their support ultimates in the last fight, so the advantage in terms of attrition here will be Shoes Money Crew.
They touch the cart, so overtime will be in session, but they cannot let this go now. JK Lowell's got the shadow, and he's going to hopefully stick at home. He's going to have to get it past Malzassa, though, with a shatter of his own. They're
Maybe
posturing
that
around
was
this car.
overkill.
Maybe you can do it under the shield.
Hopefully we'll see JK Lowell's going to get pinned onto this car. A Transcendence is going to help them though. Dragon Eddie sends out the bomb. It could be big. It finds one. Gustav is going to go down. The payload is still moving. Morningstar still have ults in their bank as well. Self-destruct from Molfig right on top of the payload to scatter everybody. And Malzassa goes down. He actually gets shot down. 4 people hit the ground. JK Lowell ends the team fight, ends the round.
Kaiser Farm.
Morningstars go back to the spawn, flip side. And now it's their turn to defend.
Slow and steady sometimes wins the race. What a perfect placement of that self-destruct. Morphic just put it in the middle of Morningstars, who were like, okay, you want to fight, so let's deal with this. I know that Malzassa doesn't have a shield pressure there, and that was a lose-lose way for Malzassa to try and deal with that, because he had less than 1,000 shield strength. If that shield was destroyed by the self-destruct, then guess what? His entire team's going to get earth-shattered, because you can see JK Lowell posturing for it. He was looking for that big 5-man shatter. Would have just wiped Morningstars off the map. But what they actually did was, because Malzassa was so keen to try and stagger out that shield strength, making sure that he could survive a little while longer, that was when you saw the incoming Obling. Ninja player coming in, crouching Obling, hidden shield bash, manages to stun Malzassa. Malzassa dies on the self-destruct, and then you do see follow through with the Earthshout. Some great play there from Shoes Money Crew. Very good shot calling, and shot calling isn't always in the moment, Jaws. It's about having a plan on the fly, formulating, looking at your scenario, being able to apply the wisdom of is both watch to that.
Now they have to defend. Morning Stars, that is. 1 point and 84 meters.
For retreat.
Quite a
The
cool
other fella's
task.
top tower won't be
However,
making trouble
Shoes
no
Money Crew
more.
on the offense, you saw how long they were managed to hold them, especially on the
green.
3-3. Can't imagine they're going to do that again. It's going to be KSP and Mouse. I was going to say knocking heads against each other, but
Nature's
they're actually about a
ferocity.
million miles away from each other on the Widowmakers. But triple DPS, or quad DPS for Shoes Money Crew to start us off with.
I'm interested to see if there may be a change over to a second tank for JK Law. He may just be putting down an early shield to keep Mouse protected. Gustav will go over to the Mercy. It's going to provide the utility of a resurrection, but JK Law is going to have a lot more pressure on his shield here when you think about how much damage Dragon Eddy's going to do with that scrap gun. Has a higher rate of fire now. It does look like there's going to be a creep here, so it's going to be found out. Leaf looking for the flicks.
Oh dear, that's a very, very hefty amount of pressure on the back line.
With a
Extract almost went down.
wild
Luckily,
spirit.
Dredro was at his back. Quad DPS from Shoes Money Crew can be fairly hard to kind of keep track of the amount of people that's running around. Now Leaf under pressure. Extract is dead as Mouse took his head clean off. He takes another one as well. KSP's going to go down. A resurrection could come through, but Dredro sends himself flying into the air. Do not get in his sightlines, man. You're going to get your head ripped off. Slur's going to be able to follow him up with a little bit of damage from the pulse pistols, and that could be it. That could be Force Point just going over to Shoes Money Crew in a blink of an eye.
I didn't know mouses were fearsome predators. I thought
Whoa,
they
they
were
got
prey
one.
of cats here and there, Jaws, but apparently this mouse can bite on rats.
I got you,
Definitely
boo.
a plague has been unleashed, although that was more rats upon Morningstar.
At least you got the kill, right?
They don't want to play with that team comp. They have been out-sniped this time. Mouse and Obling definitely have the advantage as they move over to a 3-3 with an Anna. But Mouse is going to be so hard to pressure
that was a
out.
nice
They might be able to get back to the payload. They do. 2 meters now remain, but a pulse bomb with the Anna's name on it. Mouse has got a perfect sightline as well. Dredro managed to kill off Slur, but Exarath now dead. It's a disastrous situation for Morningstars, who now actually can't deal with Mouse, who's just clicking heads. Now they finally
Around
pay
this
attention,
Enigma.
but KSP and the rest of the squad are just cowering behind the brick shield. Mousasa tries to get him off high ground, but he was already gone, like a ghost in the wind.
Sylvan Shade.
Kind of makes sense, right? Dragon Eddy is going to fall. Leaf also goes down. The payload gets delivered, and Shoes Money Crew, in almost record time, managed to get first. And now 84 meters stand in their way and taking the series.
Looking really good for that 3-1 from now. That was
PSP.
actually a great
Like it.
play from Shoes Money Crew, somehow managing to disrupt Mouseas's jump because he actually landed just short of a water tower, but sort of hanging out at the bottom of it as Molfig. He's going to give himself some territory control there. Does have control of that held back. It's no longer going to be available for any members of Morningstars to pick up if they are without healers. If Exarach or Dredro fall, very few options for healing remain. Gustav,
Nice
be taken
fire.
out and executed.
I was straight on his skull. I was like, what?
Yeah, with a sleep as well and the bardic rifle
Nice
shot.
aim.
It's more than
No
enough to
breaking
take
through the
out
dire
Lucio and
structures
end
for
the next
now.
push here. And we do still see that Morningstars are playing with this sort of isomer of 3-3, where they're playing with both Anna and the Winston. This allows for Mousas to make these deep dives and receive a
other
lot
fella's
of
bottom
healing
tower.
potentially.
Oh, nice hit on
Nothing
JK
but
Love.
fragments now.
Naya, Fire Grenade only hits him, but instantly was it cleansed away by the Zaya shield. So let's just see another day.
He can get 300 extra HP as well from that nano boost if he so requires it.
Molfig slipped away, by the way.
The seeds of
Had the
force.
EMP, another beautiful bio grenade. Uh-oh, now you're in trouble. Mousasa could have nano boost any second. He does get it, restoring a lot of his HP, but it gets almost instantly taken down by the amount of people in that small corridor.
Mousas can also be healed up very quickly from the long-range healing of Anna's dart rifle. Shoes Money Crew want to try and turn up the tempo. They're going to go for
On
an
my
engagement,
way.
potentially going to go for that rotation. Mouse backs away. They're going to have to wait. Morphic has the EMP to try and make the EMP.
EMP's going to come through, but Dredro with the saving beat. Mouse is going to fall to Mousasa. He was hacked, but it doesn't stop him from flinging his
maintain our
arms
advantage,
around.
guys.
Obling
We're
is
up. We
also
gotta
going
push.
to fall.
We gotta get out the jungle.
Shoes Money Crew
Make some shit happen.
are on the defensive right now, just for the time being. They've got the shatter available. Molfig potentially switching over, but
Sylvan Shade.
yeah, there you go. Okay, I was going to say could stay on the Sombra, just try and take KSP out of the game rather quickly, but switching over to the Diva instead.
Get the EMP to try and make the EMP happen, but unfortunately, only hacks happened. No real EMP coming
hidden
through.
paths.
Didn't get a huge amount of value there, and Morningstar's very well defended on their high ground, did manage to counter-attack incredibly well. Molfig now is going to have to play a more brawly style of Diva
wild
to
is
get
calling.
towards those playmaking ultimates, like the self-destruct. Right now, the playmakers are going to be Mouse and JK Law.
I'm
They have
coming
those
mid.
ultimates available.
Graviton Surge on payload, Dragon Eddy.
Listen.
jumping on top. Hasn't got the self-destruct just yet, or at least doesn't want to release it. JK Logo with a 3-man Earth Shatter. He takes 2 outs, and they're going to just charge after Exarath. That's another kill.
Careful,
he has
son.
to block that shield. Oh my goodness, that was close. But Malzasa also falls. JK Low on a rampage. Hits 5 into the stratosphere, and Morningstars have to get back to this payload, but I don't think they can. A couple of meters now will remain for Shoes Money Crew to just take the series.
So leisurely strolling apart, but Lucio is going to get there, booping off JK Lol.
They do manage to make it back in time, but look at this. One by one, they trickle in onto the payload. And Shoes Money Crew just deal with them handedly. 3 meters now remains. Maus just carving up everybody. Shoes Money Crew take this to the 4th map and take this series 3-1.
And an excellent performance from them. They look so clean in terms of their shot calling draws, and the individual skill is definitely there. We've seen Maus and Hogan respective environments. I'm super impressed with Maus today on the Widowmaker, especially holding his own against KSP. That's a nightmare scenario for so many hit scout players.
Feeling good if Shoes Money Crew clearly riding the high of making sure their spot was secured in playoffs. Throughout the entirety of the team has just been spectacular from the very beginning. I mean, Slur and JK Lol, this is their first contenders. What are contenders to be in as well, where you're not separated into groups anymore? You're going to have to go and loggerheads with some of the best teams and some of the most storied teams as well. Titans, Giganti, and British Hurricane.
Yeah, and their reward for having claimed that higher seed will be that they have a
Wondering if you had blinked.
By no means an easy opponent, of course, having made it to playoffs already. Unfortunately, though, for Morningstars, they'll have to go up against Giganti, and while that is by no means an unwinnable scenario, it's definitely the harder opponent, I would say, out of the 2 that are offered, with Giganti coming in as the champions of Season 3.
Yeah, a little bit of revenge for Maus as well. Back in quarters of Season 3, Morningstars knocked them out 3-0, so clean. I bet he feels good in this situation. But obviously, the roster from Morningstars hasn't changed all too much, but it was just Maus and Shoes Money Crew. He's now got a brand new roster around him, making it to playoffs again. Very, very good stuff.
Yes, consistent playoff performances for Shoes Money Crew at the moment, and they're going to be incredibly happy with getting those. Also, when you get to playoffs, it also means you don't have to worry about qualifying for contenders through contenders trials for the bottom 2 teams that will get relegated, and that's a lot of stress off of your plate, especially if maybe trials and contenders would happen on different patches. That means you can have a lot more effective practice time before the next season.
Not only that, they're still vying for that spot.
Damn it, that's so frustrating.
I'm sure they're going to want to show NA and South America what they're made of. Remember last time around?
We're all in the jungle. Just everybody
point that out.
Quite cleanly, and then NA also
we wait, we lose, period. Even this back.
We're probably going to win it again. So, I'm sorry to break the news, but we're probably going to win it. Sorry.
Denied.
Until like Gauntlet, people have to go up against Runaway, and Runaway just
yeah, I wouldn't be still undefeated is actually quite ridiculous.
British Hurricane, our 7-0 team, they are also incredibly clean. I would not be surprised if they would come out of the Atlantic Showdown on top, but there's still the potential to
Moon Ranger, if you can stun him.
playoff run they have to make, even if they will only start in the semi-finals. And both of these teams have the potential to make it to that. I feel like Morningstars, they have had a much rougher season than last time around in 2018, where they went 5-0 in the group stage. They looked a lot more cohesive.
You'll have to do better than that.
A couple of struggles here and there. Ending the season 2-5 is not exactly what people would call a big playoff contender. But we do know that these guys have the individual skill in their roster as well as the resources behind them to really turn things around in record time.
Yeah, not only that as well, you got to remember, Harry,
Fight
the
bot.
playoffs is actually on a different patch. It's actually going to be on the Batiste patch that's currently played in Overwatch League. So I can imagine a lot of teams, a lot of coaches, a lot of backroom staff has been paying attention to what they're running right now, or what the current Overwatch League teams are running. It is a little bit of Ghost-centric, yes, but we're seeing a lot more bunker comps with Batiste in mind.
Yeah, and you're also going to see a couple of DPS from our very storied veterans, like Facility. I'm very excited to see come out on DPS, like Farah here, Genji there, maybe a bit of Doomfist as well.
Doomfist is a wonder to watch, not so much to play against though. It can be a bit frustrating.
It's more of a spectator sport of a character.
For sure. We got an interview though. That's real fast. And I've got to say, Shoes Money Crew, pretty good.
Technical
so is Reason. How you doing, man? That must feel pretty good being able to clutch it in the first map and then just bam, stand your way.
All right, now's the time to push. Enigma's dead.
Because all the stress literally went down. Everyone was quite relaxed after that. The Thunder said in chat, okay, it's not over yet.
You guys push top. We can split them up, I guess.
And we did it. So really proud of them.
Don't get.
Well, you managed to find the win. Now, if you look at the playoff bracket as it currently stands, it's looking pretty scary considering two teams already had buys and they're going to be able to sit back and they don't have the first day, right? So 18 British Hurricane sitting high and dry, with them being on the new patch as well. I can imagine you've had a little bit of time on there, but is it going to be much of a variation from Goats, do you think?
I know Floats is very strong. I know I'll do a fair amount of Overwatch League watching this weekend.
The Dire went and fortified their
I
structures.
think Goats is still strong.
Wind Ranger, I don't know if that tower was worth it, not fighting with the team there.
He will be able to run and
Yeah, well, we know that JK was great today, but one thing that's very good with how powerful they are have you had a really good time trying to integrate him into the team? Because obviously playing this well with is a huge testament to your skill as a coach.
I mean, before, I always say I'm really surprised at how fast Mo adapted to the team. He impressed everyone.
Go on mid next.
I think he got mentioned as well in another interview that
Don't just get back. You're only 3.
No, we should stay. We're gonna be 4 in like
so
10
really
seconds.
happy for that. I think we
And
really
Enigma and Doom are down.
we got to show the games.
Who is the, obviously, because you're going to be but who is the one team that you really want to face off against if you're in that final spot?
British Hurricane, 100%.
Yeah?
We did play
So
them
I go.
first week. We didn't know what to expect. They surprised us. They became very good the entire season. And I think if we face them again,
Nature
we will
The regen's back. Come grab the regen.
good match against them and get a revenge.
You've had 2 weeks to 2 months rather to
that.
download critical information. You know all about British Hurricane. Even though we are moving into a new patch, I hope that we will see some new looks from Shoes Money Crew with that new patch. I know you can't really tell us anything about what you're going to be running because surprising competition is going to come out. But are there any players who you think that we definitely will see a lot more impressive performance from in the new patch?
Leaving.
Including my own players.
Well, most
Should Roche quite yet.
Like he's running all the secret rocket pick.
Injure gone.
Every coin helps.
I know Oldlink really wants to play anything else than Brig.
Well, he came out on
is
Hanzo
calling.
with hyper surprise. Like Openlink's Hanzo looking
No,
very
it's not.
good.
He just
Like
used it.
system.
He used it on Wind Ranger.
And I think you will see it. You'll see soon.
Hopefully, hopefully. Well, thank you very much for the interview, man. Good luck in playoffs next week. Hopefully we'll talk to you again soon. So there you go. They're hyper confident, they're ready and raring to go. New patch is pretty scary as well, and I think it's scary for a lot of players, you know, pressing that comp Q button once again, but it's even more scary for a teams that have been playing on this patch for so long and then switching up the meta so quickly.
Yeah, our sort of like innate power rankings may shift around a lot as teams go around.
Just drop it.
Mix and match. They want to play, bring in deep players like you may see the usage of ASP more. Morning Star's going to change up their shot calling style, or maybe they won't change up that much and the patch will be much better.
Warriors of the
sort of
wood.
accustomed to the roster that they have.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, of course. Playoffs will start next week, but don't go anywhere because we've got another match. We'll see you after this break.
Let's bet go first. Don't waste all time.
Green.
Get a damn favorite.
Naturally. In silver shade.
The other fellas lost a mid tower. There goes the other fellas mid rags. The other fellas mid rags won't be making trouble no more.
Go green.
The other fellas' bottom tower's done for. They must be plenty sore. The other fellas will have to do without their bottom rags.
He's ignoring you.
awaits.
The woods of Scotland.
The other fellas bottom ranks. Today they got a case of the naked creeps.
The seeds are formed. Leaving. By live and live. Come, come.
Shadows, take us.
Nature calls. I the wild. Attack! Nature's ferocity. With a wild
The other fellas lost to mid-tower.
wild is my way.
Nothing left of the other fellas mid-tower.
Seeds of fortune.